This is the kind of day worth waking up for. This is the kind of day that those of us that at least are native to Los Angeles, have dreamed of our entire lives. This is the kind of day in which we say LA isn't just marked by doing big things, but we are defined by the way that our ambitions continue to propel us forward out of some of the darkest days into what we can see just ahead of us. Not hope hanging on the horizon, but hope in our hands. Jobs, less traffic, cleaner air, the capability of welcoming people from around the world and the country, or welcoming Angelinos back home, and not being that place in which you have to do that stuck by yourself or maybe with one other person in a car in traffic. That today is what we celebrate here as we break ground on the connection of two great entities, both of which I'm so proud to be a small part of, our Los Angeles World Airports and our Los Angeles County Metropolitan Transportation Authority, or Metro. Now, it's a cliche here in Los Angeles that usually we don't know how to get along with each other, right? That we cut government into so many pieces that they can't talk to each other, can't take on big projects, that agencies don't like doing things together, that the business community, residential community, the governmental communities really don't interact with one another. But I'd like to put Exhibit A here today. This group of leaders out in the audience and right here. The men and women who build things, the engineers and the architects, the people who are the dreamers and those who are the elected public officials who I'm so proud to serve with, the community members who demand that we do it in a way, and I won't take Mike Bonin's line, but you'll hear it, that is good both at the airport and for the residents. And I'm going to pause every so often. I encourage our speakers to as the planes come by here. But we are finally here to bring a train to the plains. Well, muy buenos días a todos y gracias por venir. Este día es como un sueño no solo para mí, pero para esta ciudad, este condado, por Los Ángeles y todos los residentes que han tenido un sueño de transporte público a nuestro aeropuerto aquí en LAX.
Thank you. You're not going to get me to dance, but this song has been in my head all morning long. CeCe Peniston from 1990, Holly remembers it. Finally, it's happening to me right in front of my face, and I just can't hide it. Finally, this damn thing is happening. Mayor Garcetti told the story that every elected official, particularly from this part of town, knows very well. Biggest applause line in the world is saying you would get mass transit to the airport. Well, we are denying that to every generation of subsequent elected official coming forward because we are getting it done.
So it's such an exciting day. It's absolutely right. Finally, it's happened to us. That song came out in 1990, which was the year the Blue Line opened, I believe. And when I was 12 years old, and I'm a son of somebody who from the UK. My father is a Brit, and we would go visit my family in the UK nearly every summer. My dad was a professor, my mom was a teacher, so we had some summers off. And I just loved London. I loved being able to travel around that city. As a 12-year-old, in safety, I could travel around by myself on the tube and go visit a museum and then meet up with my parents for dinner. And I always just thought to myself, why is it that we don't have this in our city? Wonderful Los Angeles. It's so pedestrian. It's so the weather's so fantastic. Why don't we have a system like that? Why aren't we part of the League of Civilized Cities that has a decent metro system? And I created a little scrapbook. I was telling the director that charted the growth of this system, and I went back the other day and I looked at some of the maps that they designed, and I really would have hoped that we would have had this system in place a little earlier, but here we are. We're finally here because of the dogged determination of the people up here on this stage and so many of you, and also so many who came before us who said, we really need to do better here in Los Angeles. We have to have.
Supervisor Hahn, welcome to my hood. Welcome to my hood, and I say that with great affection. And it is my absolute honor to be a newly elected member to the Board of Supervisors, a new member of the LA Metro Board, and at my first groundbreaking in my own hood, so I'm very pleased to say that. As my predecessor, MRT, as we affectionately refer to him, would say, it's a good day in Los Angeles. That's my impersonation. It's a good day in Los Angeles. that he would call out someone's name. Mayor Butts, this is a good day in Los Angeles.
The most terrifying words in any language was, "I'm from the government and I'm here to help." Well, here in LA, we know that the most terrifying words are actually, "Hey, can you pick me up at LAX?" Well, with this project, we are well on our way to changing that, and in a few years, you can tell everyone who even hints at asking you for a ride to or from the airport that they should just take Metro.
I really, really want to make sure that we acknowledge the person with the great wisdom to hire me, Lydia Kennard.
It's wonderful to be here and be part of it, but I'm thinking back on my connection to this airport. I lived a bunch of years in Europe and also in Boston.
As you can see all around us, our LAX modernization and transformation is moving full steam ahead.
It truly is an incredible opportunity that working together of the people, for the people, and by the people, we have this phenomenal opportunity to really connect our prestigious airport to transit. I thank everyone for your support, your perseverance, and your continued activism to make sure everyone goes Metro.